Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Witcher, and we are partway through clearing out a Salamander hideout. And there are certainly still some areas that we have yet to explore, and at the end of it, in this quote-unquote Salamander den, one would assume we might find something that is very useful to us. I'm just not entirely sure what that might be. Because, I mean, the number of Salamander dudes we've seen down here, one would expect they have something awfully important they're hiding. Some reason why they find it necessary to have so many people here. I mean, we need all this stuff? This is a medium strength alcohol, which is decent. I think we might not be at full HP at the moment. So, I'll try... Oh, if you actually do it, I'll eat a little bit of food. Yeah, we're not at full HP. Eat a little bit of food, pick the alcohol. Looks like that's all there is in this corner. We will head back, and so we could go either one of two ways. Back here towards this route, which I thought originally was going to be the primary way to reach the den as quickly as possible, but now with this road continuing to go this way, I wonder if this might actually be the way to do it. I'd kind of like to clear out the full place. Because, I mean, a lot of enemies here. A lot of loot to be had. Not about to run into any foes. There are some over here. Does look like there are people living here. This would go back up, yeah, toward this area here. Which is where that original pathway would go. I actually think we ought to check out this corner first, potentially. Definitely some salamanders here. We tell from this layout. Okay, so yeah, this goes definitely to the den. That confirms that. It may be that you can approach it from either side, but I think this is all the confirmation we needed about what that hello area leads to. Hello, friend. Not really expecting to get all the way out here. I would like to keep you far enough away from your friends so we don't have to fight a bunch of you all at once, because that is one thing we've definitely seen a lot of, is that there are so many guys down here that it would be very, very dangerous. Like, oh, don't have enough for another salamander brooch? Pretty sure we can eat some more stuff, yeah, because we're still not at full HP. Let's do that. Specifically eat something that we only have one of, so that we can... Oh, I thought I heard it. Dude. We have also heard some people generally talking trash, even if they aren't looking straight at us. Oh, yep. So, we just want to be mindful of avoiding scenarios kind of like this. Okay, you need to have quick stance. The more enemies we're fighting simultaneously, the more difficult this becomes. Hop over, you please. Not sure. No, we just barely did not kill that other guy. Although he's taking the tiniest little bit of damage over time, which might just barely be enough to finish him off. I doubt it. Love to do this, which I would have thought would be enough. Need to do quick stance to hit you at all. There we go. Now you're down. There was a time when I felt comfortable enough to switch our weapon stances mid-fight without pausing, but apparently that time has come and gone. Maybe it's just through habit. It generally just seems a little bit safer. Certainly hear them. Get some salamander uniforms? No? Maybe it was wishful thinking. Pass on the strawberries. Might have some of that? Apparently we do. We were able to take some, even though our inventory was full. Okay, already on the right stance. See, like, that weapon is ginormous. I mean, is that the thing that we have hanging on our belt as well? It might be. It's technically just a one-handed weapon, which is pretty crazy to me. how anyone could possibly wield that with one hand. Right. Any other friends? Not at the moment. Okay, and map. Yeah, so this, we could go in either direction here. I'd like to not get cornered. Right, so this is where we came through originally. Alright, so just connecting the dots here. Little side area. Are there foes in here? Doesn't look like it. Just straight up loots. And axes. Whoa! So we've seen these before. Seen all these things before. In fact. I think none of them are terribly meaningful for us to pick up now. If we have full flints, then I'm not too concerned about having room to pick up another stack of that. Then, I believe it's going to take us... Well, okay, we have a few options still. Right, not so surprisingly, the den has a large area in and around it. What? Chemists? You're not showing up as enemies right now, in that you have blue text over your heads. You are showing me this sword icon. I wonder if maybe we actually ought to hold off fighting them until after we go into the den, because we might learn that they're performing some experiments that we actually might want to keep them alive for, or question them about. So we might want to learn from the leader first, which I'm assuming is someone who will be in the actual den. So, pardon me. This should finish you off, I would think. Yeah. Okay. Good. Didn't really mean to leap like that into this area where you could totally see me. I'm a little surprised that you don't see me right now. But also, we have the high ground. So, you're dead. Okay, but we did just give them the high ground. Excuse you. For not falling down. Not cool. I don't like where you're standing. Could go group stance, but... Or we could just try to finish them off one by one. Took long enough to fall, but he was blocking me. There we go. Okay. Never mind the fact that you technically aren't dead right now. Take the drugs. I mean, just Fizztech. It's purely for evidence. Purely for the evidence. We had someone who was asking us to do that, right? Find any evidence like that. That clearly looks like the most significant area here, but there are still a few enemies here. I would like to take out before we approach the crate. For a second, I thought only one of them was going to notice us, which would have been a little weird.
Die, bastard!
And that guy was kind of just spectating there for a minute. There we go. You are dead.
You dare challenge the Salamander?
Indeed, we do. And you know what? It's actually going pretty well for us. I think that is the last of you guys. Outside of those alchemists we were looking at not long ago. We don't need that. Is that all you dropped? Not very nice. I mean, this clearly looks like a place where the leader would be staying, but I don't see said leader. So that does make me, wonder if we're gonna run into something when we approach this chest, which is clearly of some significance. So, I mean, you'll excuse me for being cautious here, but just in case, we're gonna do that so that we don't have to redo this entire area in case things go awry when we touch the shiny things. And probably don't have space for any of this stuff. One moment, please. As we probably choose to drop all the food, is what I'm thinking is likely going to happen. Yeah, we're gonna have space for it otherwise. Right, well... was apparently everything. Except for those alchemists, so let's see what we can learn about them. It may be that as soon as we walk over there, everyone turns hostile. But I'm hoping that that may not be the case. We'll see.
My balls itch.
No. Chemists, not alchemists, technically.
Yeah.
And you'll let me loot all this stuff, which is actually pretty interesting.
My balls itch.
Don't hit me. I'm working. This isn't easy, you know.
Yeah.
Don't hit me.
Okay.
I'm working. This isn't easy, you know.
Now some thinner.
Don't hit
Almost
me.
ready.
Okay.
Don't hit me. This isn't
I'm sensing a pattern here.
easy, you know.
But I think what we ought to do, maybe before we completely abandon these guys, is let's read that information that we just picked up. Which was this. I already read this. Okay. Here. Our swamp encampment is not efficient enough. Herbs are not supplied at a rate ensuring continuous Fizztech production. This needs to change as soon as possible. Putting more people to work seems the best solution. Concerning other matters... And we did pick up a key as well, I think? But there are so many of these that look the same and have fairly generic descriptions that it's hard to tell. What is a city guard doing over here? What? When did you get here? Numerous city guards? What is happening? Huh? Where did you guys come from? Are you going to question me and say I was responsible for all this? You probably are, right? What are you doing?
Good work. Go talk to Jethro outside. Those jogs were dealing in death. Good work. Jethro waits for you up there.
Maybe they're actually supportive of me. Jethro in the sewer? Yes.
Good work, Witcher. A few people died, but I'll turn a blind eye.
Self-defense.
Well done. The community is better without their kind. Back to business. Where hides the Fizztech producer?
Gellert's the one responsible.
Great. I will secure the evidence and the drugs. For the public good, of course. You
maybe.
deal with Gellert.
Excellent plan. Perhaps I should kill everyone involved in trafficking Fizztech? Or maybe I inform Vincent you're seizing goods.
What riles you? You got all you wanted.
That's the only reason I'm still talking to you. But don't give me any more orders. Is that clear?
As a bell. But we still must deal with Gellert.
Fizztech softens your brain. I'll do it.
Get ready, Geralt.
Don't worry about me. I have my potions.
Okay, so it sounds like they're kind of saying, hint, hint, wink, wink, this guy's gonna be pretty tough. Gellert's letter must contain more information. Eh? One that we already have? Greetings are delivered to whatever is beyond the big grate in the sewers. What? Open this now? That might be a first. Might not be. No, we've been here before. Trade, quarter. Also stuff here. I mean, basically, I just kind of want to see which of these doors that previously we thought were going to be locked to us for all of eternity, which one of them can we actually open now? Because as I was saying before, we did get a... Okay, just teleport up these stairs. We got a lot of keys. It's hard to tell what they're actually supposed to be used for. There's a chance that some of them are usable in the sewers here. Once again, we are teleporting up the stairs, and I am jumping down them. Does, of course, mean we're probably going to encounter a fair share of drowners along the way. But we can handle them, right? Nothing we can't deal with. Have we seen if we can open this? I'm not sure if we have. That's still locked. Oh, hello. You're gonna... No, you're gonna hop down magically. Then I'm gonna go up the normal way. Then I'm gonna come back down the normal way. Fight you the normal way. With the normal result. Okay, so that door remains unopenable. But one here, the end of this campfire, and there's one over here. Leads to the ruins, apparently. So I think we try to check those things now just to see if we happen to be able to do that, and we couldn't before. It's going to be you guys. Yes, I know. Over here, but we're going to take a left. We're going to see if we can just zoom on by you, because you're going to be annoying. We go this way, because we can't open this door, except maybe we need to not be fighting you. Fine, I will stop running and actually engage in combat. But you guys are kind of just pushovers. You too, yes, you count. Oh, really though? You had to bring friends. One of them actually did manage to hit us. How dare you? Yes, we are in group stance. I know. There we go. Now we're changing to the various stances mid-fight. Against the weak enemies. Nothing like drowners for a little bit of practice. It's so dark down here. Okay, so the question is, can we go through here? I thought we could. Yep. Can we more? Nope, that's Nope, this the silver sword. There we go. Oh, there are people here now. There were not people here before. Okay. Good thing we did investigate, I suppose. Coming for us? It appears... Oh, that is, that's Gellert. I had thought that he was in the swamp, but apparently this is not the case. Okay then. They were talking about how he was going to be really difficult. We are about to see. He is carrying 2 swords, which we do not typically see. He also has many, many friends, which I do not like. Oh, that didn't hit anyone? I strongly object. Also, please don't surround me like this. That was a very poor performance on my part. Right now, if we could, like, get out of here and magically leap across there, that would be very helpful. Thank you. That guy's gonna sneak up behind us. I'm trying to jump over here. You can still hit me, though. This guy can also still hit me. That is actually the leader, dude. He's almost dead. He is dead. Okay, so now we're at least dealing with normal dudes, but, there are still quite a lot of you, and you're not letting me jump out of the way, which does really stink, because this is not going to end well now. Also would help if we swung our sword, which you won't let me do. So that's a little frustrating, because that got really gimmicky there, where fighting on these uneven platforms, I mean, we were seeing it just a few minutes ago with the drowners, is not easy, because the game doesn't seem to do a great job of understanding when and where people are on level, or like a playing field where you can actually hit opponents. And just generally jumping over those barriers is not all that reliable. Like, you know, we'll be standing up on this elevated platform here. Enemy will be down in here. Can we attack them? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they can attack us. Maybe, maybe not. You saw us sometimes jump all the way across straight to the other side without going to this middle area here. And generally trying to hop over people and weave around them so that we didn't get hit didn't tend to work given the tight quarters, which is what I was trying to do a lot, given how there were so many enemies, but it didn't really work. So, I mean, we're gonna see where this leads us. I'm not sure. It might be just before this fight. I really hope it is. It's here. Okay, this is not terrible.
Well done.
I'm gonna zoom through this, though.
That's the
As
fist.
We have seen it. Okay. And now we certainly know. Oh, we also see 100 orns for that. Didn't remember that. We now know that we do, in fact, have a place to go. Where is it? Here? Yeah. Okay. This might be the quote-unquote big gate in the sewers. Okay. That would make some sense. Alright, then we do have a place of power here. Actually, that might be worthwhile to stop by. Oh, there's one right next to us as well? What? Since when? I don't see it. Are you lying to me? This is not the correct way, I don't think. No, this would be going in the opposite direction. Or the trade quarter. Alright. And... Nope. So, we want the other weapon, please. Oh, and that's heavy stance. We'll go group stance now. Probably should have been doing that from the get-go. Yeah, because I mean, just look at this. Like, the enemies are popping up on this elevated platform, then they drop down, even though they didn't seem to really move at all. So, I mean, to the extent that we could make it so that we're fighting the Salamander guys in a level area, that would be very much preferred. Flat terrain. There's not a lot of that around here. Very little of it. Especially in the little corridors in which we find those guys, so... it's gonna be tough. Alright, remind me though how exactly we go in the right direction, because it is not here. Nothing over here. We determined that you cannot walk through that just yet. It is still locked. There was a place of power here. And there is still a place of power here. Good. This will come in handy, I think. We're not allowed to teleport out of this one. What does that one give us? Just generally sign intensity increased? I mean, that's gonna be helpful. Of course, we didn't have that in the previous fight. Really? Oh, no, you are dead. If we really wanted to, we could, of course, retreat upstairs to get something from the temple quarter, but I'm not really sure what that would be, other than potions, probably. Yeah. I mean, we did manage to kill the leader, so it seems like it's absolutely possible. It's more so that we took a lot of damage when we were trying to maneuver around and avoid taking hits. We really shouldn't have taken much, if any, of that damage. So I think that's where a lot of that comes in terms of trying to find a better place for us to actually make our primary engagement, our primary fight. Trigger the cutscene as soon as we go through there. I think it's only once we round this corner, and he does immediately attack us. So I'm going to save here, just so that if we do in fact die in this next round, we don't have to redo that cutscene again, and I'll spare you the misery. Repetition. It's not that bad, I know, but just in case. Let's take a look, though. Are there any potions that we currently have that we might be able to use that could be helpful? The maximum endurance. It's kind of helpful, but not amazing. I mean, what is it? Potion that basically slows down time for us has been our go-to. Seems like whenever we use that, the fights always come significantly easier. I think we actually want to go back the way we came from, is the best way to go to level the terrain. Back through here. Ideally, assuming these guys are in fact going to follow us. Here is the leader. I mean, if we could not get stuck on the... Oh, okay, the door is shut behind us, and stays shut behind us. I did not realize. I was gonna say, it'd be great if we could make sure that we only fought one of these guys and then ran away. Okay, and now we're going back up here, which is not where I wanted to be. Okay, we took down the leader. There are more guys here. There are a lot more guys here. Alright, please attack. Geralt, this is what I mean. Right now, I clicked several times. Oh, this door was open all along? Joke's on me. Like, can we deliberately use some of these angles to make sure that we're only fighting some of these guys at once? Not all of them simultaneously? So that is the difference between this fight and the other fights we had in the Salamander lair. Was that we were able to isolate them in the past, whereas this time around we were not so successful with that. They are taking a little bit of damage over time. That's them, not us. Don't have the endurance for that. Right. I don't like when you're standing there. This is not the scenario in which I want to find myself. I would love to finish one of you off. So I don't like that we're attacking the one that has the most HP at the moment. Also, we're continuing to get stuck here. We exit to the temple quarter. You have basically full HP. I dislike that. Much rather fight one of you that has very low HP. Although you are slow to catch up to me. It does allow me to have some time to regenerate some HP, some endurance. It's one down. And that's the finishing blow. I think we did that without getting hit by any of the other attacks, so that was good. Just 2 left. One of whom we just knocked down. This is the guy that has the more HP. This should make it a lot easier to maneuver around them now. We do still have low HP ourselves, but I think if we can get you here, that would be amazing. Alright, mission accomplished. Just you. Hope we don't have the endurance to do a sign. My bad. Should be fine. There we go. Okay. That is all of them here. I think there might have been a few more back by the fire where they were originally organized. But we're not necessarily entirely out of the woods just yet, but I think we have done what is far and away the most difficult part. We have, of course, taken down the leader somewhere. No, probably a ways back the other direction at this point, because I think we relocated quite a bit. Pretty sure we've also looted all these guys at this point, but it gets a little confusing when you all get piled on top of each other like this. Fortunately, we did find one more that we could loot. Okay, so this is going to be the leader's corpse, and that illegal sword does sound interesting. Whoa! Okay, hold on a second. We have lots of stuff. Tell Jethro that I killed Gellert. Gellert? I don't know. Honeycomb, I mean, we should probably eat some stuff. We'll also double as a way to save some inventory space. There's the actual reason why I wanted to do that. Also kind of want the alchemical base, so if we could, like, eat some blueberries, maybe? Because those aren't terribly significant. Take that. Then we know about the assassin's daggers, but this guy. So it deals less damage, because I think our normal steel sword has no damage penalty on it. Yeah. It has that minus 20%, but chance of inflicting pain, bleeding, and precise hit. I don't know. Is that worth the trade-off there? Seems like it certainly could be. Less straightforward damage, but more of the additional stuffs. Allowed to fit here? We are. Ooh, okay. In that case, I think I'm all for it. Two-handed Morningstar, a lot of normal damage, but the illegal sword is still there. Did we not just... Oh, do you have 2 of them? Question mark. The dagger also an illegal sword, or is this just kind of a bug? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we probably don't need to. Although I am curious about it. Okay. We'll fight you. You are the last dude, I believe. We have our health regen kicking up quite a bit after having eaten a fair amount of food. You're a quick stance guy, right?
You dare challenge the Salamander?
Indeed, and you know what? We've taken down your boss, so I'm not so scared of you. Took out all your friends. I've been pretty lonely down here. Can we go through here yet? Did we maybe pick up the key from one of those guys that we just fought? No, apparently not. Was a place of power here at one point. Wondering if we might be able to teleport using that, but I guess not. Alright, so we'll just run back in that case, but far more successful that time around, for sure. I believe we need to talk to Jethro, which probably means we're headed back up to the temple quarter. Might technically be a more efficient way up. Might be a different set of stairs that leads us straight to where the dungeon is. So I think you can only drop down there and not come back up. Jethro might meet us right here. Did that last time. No. We'll track him down. Other than that, let's take a look, because we had a lot of other quest updates. So it might be that there are other things that we look into as well. Mostly looking for main quest stuff. Tell Jethro, yeah, that's what we were just going to do. 3 portions of Wyvern. Oh, that's one side quest. Okay. That looks like it's mostly just Jethro. It was probably primarily us completing other quests that was showing up before. Not so much opening up new ones. I would like more of these plants because we didn't really see any of them before. Until very recently. I think they're pretty valuable. Or at least not very plentiful. Compared to all the other ones, of which we have a bazillion. So you should be over here by the dungeon door, or past the dungeon door, in the dungeon itself, unless you've relocated. No, that's not what I meant to do. Alright. What do you have to say to us?
What is it?
Did you have a notice? That
I'm here about the
completed?
notice.
Maybe.
Right. Do you have the juices?
Not yet.
Oh, no.
I just
That's
wanted
for
to make
the
sure you
super
still need it.
powerful plants.
Yeah.
Definitely
Deal
haven't done
with
that
those
one yet.
monsters, or it's my problem.
Okay, other stuff, though.
What is it?
Wait, you do also
You
look ill.
Jethro.
Haven't slept in 5 days, but I feel good as new.
You're going to crash.
Nah, it's not unlike swimming in buttermilk.
What? Alright, well, we killed the dude.
The drug lord.
Strange, admitting to a guard you killed a human? I jest. You've done well. Now, take your payment and go.
Yeah, you...
You should disappear.
Yeah.
Eh? I don't get it.
Deal Fistek again, and I'll make sure you're never found.
Okay, don't worry. I'm a law enforcement officer.
Are you,
Farewell,
though?
Jethro. Remember what I said.
200 orange. Can we use this stash at all anymore? I know we couldn't take things out of it. No, okay. Successfully located and destroyed the Salamander's lair in the temple quarter. Okay. That was interesting that we had the actual lair, and then soon afterward we had another leader of Salamandra that we ran into outside of the lair itself. I wonder if we'll run into something similar when we check out the swamp area. How many points do we have, out of curiosity? Not quite 5,000, which I think is how much it would cost us, to get the powerful chest plate. We're close. We're not quite there. I mean, a little bit of fighting goons in the bar, that might become possible. What? I felt like I was about to go somewhere else as well, though. I mean, so we could go either to the swamp area now, take out the other salamander dudes, or we could go back to Triss and talk to her about the whole Alvin situation. I think we go to the swamp first, though, actually. Look at my inventory and see if there's something else I was thinking of that we wanted to do. We do have a lot of stuff. In fact, at the very least, it might make sense to stop off at the bar real quick and deposit some of these things, sell some of them maybe. We do have some valuable stuff. I know there are still the graviers in, what is it, this door? Downstairs? Not sure if we're in good enough shape just yet to fight those guys off. That's something where, if we did afford the powerful chestplate, then that might be enough of a difference maker. That we could kill all those guys without having to worry about using any potions or stuff like that, because if we did use I think it's called the Blizzard Potion, is that what it is? The slow-mo one? Then we could definitely, easily take them out. But since we don't have one at the moment, could potentially be a way to avoid having to do that. Also, we have a bunch of the signs, or signets, or whatever they were called. The Salamandra thingamabobs that we were previously selling to the dude who was standing right about here for 5 coins apiece, and with the amount that we have,
Damn it.
I think it might even
Whatever you do,
give us over 100
don't
orns,
bet
I
on the
think.
boxing. It's rigged.
So let's stash some stuff. Namely the valuables, because I don't think anyone who we can sell them to is currently awake. Yeah, the salamander brooches. We have 19 of them at the moment. There's a ton. We do also, let's see, still have a lot of fizz tech. Stash most of the food, most of the crafting materials, outside of maybe the alcohol or potion bases in case we need to use some of those in a pinch. Even bottled water we can actually get rid of as well, I'm sure. Okay. That should be pretty useful. Can we do this? We can! Okay, I had no idea if we were allowed to do that, because for whatever reason it seemed like we could never have enough space in our inventory to store any of this stuff. Hold on. Is it possible if we do something like this? No? We can only put it here or stash it. So that's meaningful, because we were seeing some useful things. Some useful weapons that we just didn't have enough space to store anywhere. Like we had the Assassin's Dagger, we had some of the flails, we had the illegal swords, and we saw another one of these, and could it be useful to get a second one? Probably not. I would think that once you have one, you don't have much need for a second. We can't dual wield, unlike the other guy who we were fighting not long ago. Are all these guys gone? People who we were fist fighting before? I mean, we do have a new set of guys that we can fight at the new inn in the trade quarter. I guess these old guys, these senior citizens, they don't want to fight us anymore. Okay, but now we have some inventory space. Granted, I did just take a little bit more stuff from those barrels, but I think we're in decent shape to go head out and make it to the swamp area. I think we were supposed to talk to Vasca, the leader of the swamp area, get a little bit more information, potentially before we go and try to take out the Salamander people. So I'm not sure we actually know where their base is at the moment. My guess, if I had to take a wild guess at this stage, would be somewhere near, well, maybe somewhere near the, lumberjacks? I thought there was some empty space over there that we were wondering about. It seemed like potentially we were going to run into some werewolves or something like that, and it turned out that there was just nothing. Although I thought much of that turned out to be invisible walls. Maybe that's just a false alarm. If I had to guess, I would think somewhere in that general area. I do like how all the barrels got refilled after having completed part 2. This is steel weapon. So we don't have a secondary weapon at the moment of any variety. Which, I mean, would argue would be a bad thing, except that we were never using them before, so it's mostly just a way to give us the ability to stash more stuff if we so choose. Oh, also the ferryman isn't going to be here. I forgot about that. I forgot that we can only go when it is day. So probably means we're headed back to the inn in that case. And sleep away the night. Or we could potentially go back to the trade quarter and meet with Triss now, while it's 3:30 in the morning. Kill some time that way, in a more productive way. I mean, it's probably pretty similar in truth, because it'll be quicker to go to the inn, sleep it off, and then, you know, we basically instantaneously pass 3 hours or so. Whereas if we go to Triss's place, not sure how much time it'll take us to get there and back. So, still think it might be best to go to the inn after all. Stay on this side of town. But I'm sure you could make the case for the other way around. And apparently lots of people around us are dying. Because that's what they're saying. Hey, nice to see you all again. Also, did you restock? You did. Did restock the barrels, too. Thank you very much. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Yep. You did there, too. And here. It's just flint, but sure.
Damn.
Okay. And I might even stash that stuff, too. The weak stuff, we don't really need to hold on to that very much. Food, medium stuff even. We just want the strong stuff, right? Now have some extra flint, so we'll stash some of that. Then we'll spend the night
Damn it.
or
Whatever you
early
do,
morning.
Don't bet on the boxing.
Any room?
5.
Let's do this for like 2 or 3 hours. Till dawn. 5 hours apparently. Look, it's winter, okay? The days are short. I don't know. Not sure if there are seasons. They could do that. Make it so that the days and nights vary in length as you go throughout the game. I don't know. Not sure if they do that, but I could see a way in which it would be possible. Haven't been paying close enough attention to the exact duration of the days and nights to see if that actually is a thing. I'm going to assume it's not, but if it is, then well done.
I haven't the strength.
Could also confirm just how much that chestplate costs. Like I was saying, I think it's
So can I have
5,000.
as you wish.
This one. Yeah. We're very close. Ooh. Would like to get this too, though. I think we're close enough at this point that it is potentially worth holding off purchasing a few other things in order to see if we can just get enough to make that big splurge. Then from there, you know, it's not as difficult to save up 300 orens here or there. Then we can buy those meteorites and runes and all that stuff. Granted, we did spend 5 coins to stay the night. We're about to spend 5 coins to make it to the swamp, but I think we'll be fine. I'm assuming we'll probably get some coins from completing this end of the Salamander quest. Desperate Merchant? I don't think we've seen you before. Sounds significant. You have something to say?
They say you're a witcher.
They're correct.
And witchers kill beasts for coin?
Generally.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Witcher?
You asked who I was. Have a job for me?
My uncle was slain by swamp monsters.
We're headed there.
He bore our family ring, which I value greatly. Bring me the ring for 100 orens.
Okay.
All right, I can do that.
How fortunate to have met you.
Indeed. But where? Or do we have the ring? And did we sell it? I wonder if we got it and then sold it.
Where's your uncle's body?
We prayed at the chapel. When the monsters attacked, my uncle fled into the swamp near the statue of the goddess.
Definitely been there. Hold on. We might have picked up and then
Witcher.
sold the ring. I'm surprised we didn't see this guy
Listen,
earlier.
About the ring.
You found it?
Not yet.
Oh,
Hurry. How
Okay.
will I face my mother?
Farewell.
okay. That should be doable. Alright, please don't block pathway. Yes, why did it show up with the orangey text and also the yellowy text? The orangey text was for the main quest line? Maybe? Maybe I'm making that up. Like, is this actually crucial to the plot that we find this guy's family ring? I wouldn't have thought so. probably going to be easy enough.
Where do you go?
I
So
ferry
meant to
people
ask
from
you,
Vizim.
You know that?
Take me to the other.
Times are wasting. Made up your mind?
Indeed.
Ready to go?
How many?
I did learn that you can skip through this if you press escape. Sort of. Saves a little bit of time. You have to do it twice. One for the leaving animation slash cutscene, and once for the arriving animation slash cutscene. Alright, we have not been to... Oop. Hello.
More bites here than on the dike.
Caught anything?
I'll say, a basket of fresh fish.
How about a taste?
I might have some fried perch left.
Oh, you actually do sell things. I don't remember if we talked. I don't think we have. But what I was going to say is we have not been here, I don't think, since having completed Act 2, or Chapter 2. So we were seeing that there were some changes with the Temple Quarter. Could there also be some changes here? Possibly. But we mostly want to talk to Vasca.
Greetings.
I saw a
Much
Kickamore
has
worker in the background there, so that's new.
Townsfolk have violated our swamp.
And much has changed,
Who are
apparently.
these strangers?
Dry ones.
How dreadful.
They drove off the lumberjacks and many were slain. They carry off our kin. The water lords are angry. Only the druids dare remain in the grove.
Anything else while I was away?
Dry
The
ones are
great
probably
battle between a
Salamander.
man with a fiery soul and an elven lord.
Who won?
Our lords were victorious. Praise be to them.
May I ask a question?
What?
Not totally sure who that was referring to. At first I thought she meant Azar Javid. But I wouldn't have thought that he was fighting the Water Lords.
I heard you're having problems. Drowners again?
Yes, but we have another problem.
Speak, Vesca.
Bandits with salamander badges are forcing my kin to gather herbs.
That's very interesting.
They separate our kin into groups. Armed guards watch them.
Where are they?
I saw one group by the fallen tower. Please help them. I'll reward you. Their boss, Roland Blindheim, is an evil man. Kill him.
Okay,
I'll
so
do
that
just
sounds like the
that.
leader, much like the one that we fought in the sewer. Thought there were also other things
What?
you might have wanted us to do. Maybe this?
Tell me about
We
this
can
guy.
gamble with you?
The man
What?
with the fiery soul came with his steel-clad brothers. They angered the lords and dark waters engulfed them. The one who steps lightly through shadow and whose heart is consumed by hatred went to face them. They met in a terrible, savage battle, staining the waters red. Who won, you ask? The fire or the shadow? My answer is neither.
Thanks.
Any other questions?
Hard to decode that much. But, I mean, we haven't fought you, or faced you yet. For poker, and if we are truly trying to become no longer a novice, but actually a professional, then I think we do need to beat all the novi. That's the plural of novice. Novices, pretty sure. You know what I mean. It's 3 of a kind, and we have, what, 2 4. Not gonna bet anything else on this. We do have a chance, but I'm gonna stick with the 4s. It's been a while since we've done this. Seems like there was a time when we were doing this all the time. Like, there's 3 4s. We now have her slightly beat. Unless she gets something else here, which she probably will. Oh, she has a full house. I jinxed it. Double 5? Yeah, that's something. Don't know what this is. You have just double 2? Yeah, okay. So, I mean, we're not really doing this to gain coins as much as we're just doing it to make it so that we can finally say that we're a professional player. I don't care too much for how much money we put on this, but okay. 5 and 6. Pair of those. There we go, okay. And... what was that? Couple of... oh, couple 3s and a couple of 4s. That's not bad at all. They also have 2 pair, but ours is better. Okay, so I think that's a really strong hand on our part. This is the only one we want to re-roll. Great if we could get a full house. Not quite. There is that chance that she could... Whoa! You rolled more than I expected you to re-roll. Alright. You did win.
Could use more rain.
Okay, so I'm seeing that there are... Oh, we gained a level from beating you at poker. Really? Seeing there are Kikamura workers here. Is what I was saying before when I said there was some new stuff here. These guys are kind of nasty. Don't fully understand how we're supposed to fight them yet. It's a drowned dead. Not a Kikamura worker, but there is also the Kikamura worker sneaking up behind you. Ooh, there are a lot more of you than I was expecting to fight. That is not really what I meant to do either. Thought I was attacking you, and yet you ran behind the tree. Yeah, because I think the Kikamura worker can make those green clouds that deal poisoning damage or something. Man, you just do not stop coming up, do you? Wow. I wonder if this is also technically one of the quest things. And we're supposed to fight all the drowned dead here. And that might explain why there's more than usual. Why there actually are, like, waves of drowned dead. I have to imagine that's the case. There's no way we would normally be running into this many. Oh. And you? Love to fight you individually. You, for some reason, seem to be taking a lot more hits this time around. Oh, you're not taking a lot of damage right now. Am I actually supposed to use Strong Stance against you? Wouldn't have thought so. Now you're parrying everything, although that did kill you. Not sure. I don't know what the best way to fight those guys is. You take a fair amount of damage there, because that is probably 2 or 3 times more enemies than I was expecting to run into. Here I was thinking we were just doing them a little favor, poking our heads in the water. But, turns out it was a lot more than that. So, like, here, for example, I would expect that we're about to fight a lot more than just this one drowner. Probably going to be a lot more enemies where this guy came from. We do need to use Quick Stance against you. Any more? Not this time. Alright. Any more of those enemies around town? Girl I love? I'm like, forget you? I don't know. Maybe that was just a coincidental group? But also, I'm gonna continue to... Whoa! Take your life savings? Ooh, I got you here? That wasn't here before, was it? That was only in the really dangerous areas. We are running into it in the middle of very safe territory. Also, I thought I saw... Yeah, verbena is also something that's pretty valuable. Or at least rare, it seems. Okay, and you know what? I think this is probably a good place for us to wrap up this video, because we now know that we are supposed to track down Salamandra somewhere over here in the swamp area. As to where exactly, I'm sure we can open up our map and figure it out soon. But that will have to wait, so I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time.